Join me as I show you how we make our fuck around and find out disinfectant spray tumblers. I purchased this Canva editable template from Etsy and printed it in silhouette after I customed it the way I wanted it. So I printed it on my ET4700. Now this is where it ticked me off. I guess I haven't used this one in a while. And my colors are messed up, so now I gotta go back. Yikes, yikes. So after some flush and power cleanings that I didn't know I needed, we finally got those colors right. So we got this thing printed and it looks good. Yeah, what it didn't show is I had to print it twice because why? The first print that thought was perfect smudged on me, but that's okay. Here we go. It's looking good. Now let's get it on the cup. I have too many tumblers to choose from. We have speaker tumblers, hookah tumblers. There's my regular tumbler. All right. Let's get it all wiped off and clean so we don't have any debris on it, no smudges. All right, make sure our paper is nice and trimmed. We do not want any white lines. We want a seamless tumbler to make it look like it just wraps all the way around. Looks like a nice little disinfectant spray bottle that we're drinking out of. All right now. Eyeballing it. That's what we do. All right. All right, let's get the taping going. Now, I try to pull as tightly as I can across the seam because we don't want little air sneaking under there so it'll start ghosting. So we do horizontal and then we go back across vertically. Pull as tightly as possible. See that? There we go. Trying to film myself doing this is not the easiest, so sometimes I may drop below the camera line. So I get my 5-inch heat-resistant tape, wrap it as tightly as possible across the top of the can. So we don't want a blurred image. We want this to be very clear that this is a spray bottle. So I'm going to grab a couple of pieces and wrap it around. Now this is what may be a little different than what you may see other people that make tumblers do. They use silicone wraps. Every time I try those, they stick to my tumbler. Maybe I'll try it again in the future, but for now, I love using just regular heat resistant tape, and I use the thicker version so that we're not wrapping our lives away. I use heat resistant tape at the top and at the bottom. Again, as tightly as possible. Wrap it once around, and then you can't see it because I keep dropping it down to the bottom. I try to be a little careful here because I don't want it to have that wrinkled look at the bottom, so I pull up tightly and then across the bottom of my tumbler. I love doing this, but anywho. If you see my lips moving, it's because my husband won't leave me alone. While filming this, he's bothering the mess out of me, putting his hands all in the thing. And then when I go back to do the voiceover, he's blasting country music in the background. Yes, the Jamaican that loves country music, Rogers and all of that. So bear with me. So now I am using masking tape because you don't want to waste all of your heat transfer tape. Masking tape works wonderfully. Put it around the tumbler, put it over where you placed your heat transfer tape, but make sure not to put it on the tumbler because it will melt into your tumbler. But wrap it, again, as tightly as possible. Sometimes I pull so much that it breaks the tape. The tighter you put it, the less likely air is going to get in there and cause it to ghost. All right, now we go to my baby, my convection oven. I've had this since the beginning. I know some people use smaller ones now. We are preheated for 350 degrees. We have a temperature gauge on the inside to make sure it's 350 degrees. Put the tumbler inside. I set my timer for 3.5 minutes. After 3.5 minutes, I will go in and turn my tumbler, then leave her in for another 3.5 minutes. When I hear it go off, ding, 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 we'll take her out. Then I'll let her go and cool. I don't peel it off until it's completely cool, until it's completely done sublimating. And then we'll peel it and see if I did a good job. All right. And no matter how many times I do this, I'm always a little nervous because I always want it to come out perfect. So let's see. And y'all see how many times I wrap this. So sometimes it's a mess to come out, but look at that color. Pop, 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 pop. I love the colors. I love sublimation. You can sub so many things, but look at her. Look at that. Look at that. Look around and find out. Look at her. Colors are popping. And when you get the templates from Etsy, you can switch these colors around a zillion times. I love this template. I will put the link in the bio. You can customize everything on it, from the directions that you put in the back. I added the chair myself. You can customize it, but look at it. Can't beat it with a stick. Let me know if you want one.